Israel is dominating the news these days, but the clashes between the two are nothing new. They've been going on for as long as most people can remember. Now, world leaders have tried to bring peace over all of these years. Those efforts are the storyline behind a play that is being performed in Baltimore. Playwright Schrager and Bill Clinton's former chief Middle East negotiator, Ambassador Dennis Ross, are joining us this morning. Good morning to the both of you.
Good morning. Good morning.
Okay, this play is based on your memoirs. You were at Camp David with President Clinton when a peace was trying to be hashed out at that point. Tell us about that.
Well, look, we were at Camp David for 15 days. It was what you would expect, a very high-stakes summit. You rode a roller coaster of emotions. There were those points where we thought we actually might produce a breakthrough, and then we came to the reality that we weren't going to do that. So the stakes were very high. The president felt the moment as much as anything. And what I did when I wrote about this, I actually did a day-by-day account of what went on, and I tried to capture both not only the feeling, but also what actually happened. And I was also trying to tell a story so people would understand and draw lessons from it for the future.
And the fact that the future is now and we are still in this situation, what does that mean?
Well, I think what it tells us is that this is a conflict that is very difficult to resolve. I mean, that's trite to say, but it's true. Hamas is driving the conflict today. We came very close to producing peace at that time. One of the reasons we didn't was because Hamas was on the landscape then and did everything it could with suicide bombs to try to undercut what was the negotiating process. And there's no doubt at that time Yasser Arafat was looking over his shoulder at Hamas and not wanting to be outflanked by them.
How do you turn all of that into a play? Especially, it's a complex issue. A lot of people don't understand all the ins and outs and the intricacies of why this has been such an ongoing conflict, who the players are, and, you know, if there can be some kind of resolution. How do you turn all that to a play?
Well, it was actually a challenge. You know, there were upwards of 40 negotiators there. You can't have 40 negotiators on the stage. I had to boil them down into the critical negotiators, and then put on the stage not only the key issues that were being negotiated, but also the psychological drama, the tension, the difficulties that the leaders were facing when they were making these critical decisions that were potentially historic for the Middle East.
Why take this on? What do you want to come from this play?
I just thought it was really important to make accessible to the general public this idea that peace was really close. I mean, Ambassador Ross, President Clinton, they had a plan that came very close to defining what peace was then, and may in fact be what peace will be in the future if in fact there can be leadership on both sides that would begin to build trust and get back to the kind of parameters that were on the table at the time.
Where is this performance taking place?
It's being performed on the campus of the College of Notre Dame of Maryland in Leclerc Hall.
Okay, let's go to a look at this, just a sneak peek of what you'll see if you can make it out there.
Chairman Arafat, we made an agreement. You told me to my face that you would not impose preconditions on further discussions about the border. I asked for your best man to work with the Israelis and make the deal happen. I asked the same from Prime Minister Barak. They worked through the night. And you know what? The Israelis did what I asked. From your guys, nothing.
I heard what the Israelis offered, and it was not very much. Many years ago, Prime Minister Rabin offered me much more.
He did not. And frankly, it's ridiculous that you keep saying that he did. You keep this up and we all might as well just go home.